North Carolina and Kansas square off in a 1 and 2 seed matchup to get to the Final Four, but both teams come into the game with some serious question marks. And both teams also come in having almost lost their Sweet 16 games to double-digit seeds that were big underdogs. North Carolina's struggles against Ohio were maybe a little bit more forgivable since they had to quickly deal with life without their injured star point guard who was the engine of the offense. They're not supposed to happen for this game either, and again, it is going to be a huge missing piece that changes the makeup of the team. But Kansas, for their part, has also struggled to get by in their last two tournament games against quality but non-elite teams. So one team's going to advance here, and it's hard to say who has the edge, but it's interesting that the market actually has Kansas as a favorite, despite the fact that Kansas is the 2 seed and that they struggled to win in both of their previous tournament games. It's probably a reaction to Carolina's missing point guard and then their near-loss overtime game against Ohio. But Ohio was an underrated team that was able to take advantage of Carolina's injury with a star point guard of their own. So I personally do see a little value here with Carolina on the money line, which can be found at plus odds around plus 125. But the best way to bet this game, as I've said in all of my previews of Kansas tournament games this year, might just be on the under. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's been an accurate analysis the entire tourney so far. Kansas is a strong defensive team. They were a great bet on the under all year long when they were on the road or at a neutral site. All 3 of their tournament games have had totals in the low 140s and all went way under, with the highest scoring game only reaching 123. And once again, we have another game with the exact same total in the low 140s. And this one may have come out where it did despite Kansas's recent unders in the tournament because of North Carolina's year-long tendency to be a fast-paced and high-scoring team. But that was when they had their point guard in the lineup who drove the offense. And with him now gone and then defensive stopper John Henson back from a wrist injury, they are a bit of a different team. And their last game against Ohio did go under despite the fact that it went to overtime. That game only went into the mid-120s in regulation as well. So all in all, I think we have yet another situation where the total on a Kansas game is just a little bit too high. So those are my leans for this one, UNC plus 2.5 and under 143. For SBR Forum Videos, I'm Peter Loshak.